putting together all the overlays, everything like that. Shout out to everyone who's a part of that. We wouldn't be here casting anything without all of them. And so we're going to get started on this Bacage hardpoint, but lots of great shout outs for everyone. It wouldn't be possible without this whole team, and this is why we're able to do what we love.
Yeah, this hill was started off kind of scrappy right now. You did see Denver did get the early 4 points, but there was a break right there by Seattle. But the hill is going back and forth. There's 2 down in the side of 3 down. There's 3 down right there for Fully Cooley. That right there could be the opening they needed. That is the little split spot. The spots are still kind of flipped. This hill is still being mixy, but Denver did get out to an early 13, 14-point lead. And now you can see that Seattle Sloths are jumping in for this late time, but this hill right here is going to be mixy, all mixed.
Yeah, and a really important thing to note there was the Denver Surrender players did start spawning out as you had seen that Seattle Sloths break and push through the mid-map spot, but player 8 in Shoku backed up immediately on this barn side to securely spawn. So there's just a great heads-up play from him to be able to just know and recognize what's going on the map and to say, hey, I need to secure spawns. That's more important than getting map presence right now, and that's why they're able to get this early time here on P2. They're looking great right now. Seattle is going to try to break from the front with just 2 players up, but spawning close for Denver Surrender. They're just trying to keep Seattle off of it and give themselves a chance.
Yeah, there's Seattle right there with 4 down right there to try to give them clearance. That is a clearance that they needed to get on this hill. They do got the favorable spawns. They're gonna see all of Denver, Seattle, all trying to flank through this front side, through this barn side to try to get in. Denver right there with 3 down to break into this hill to get control of the spawns in their favor. But you can see Seattle's probably giving up on this hill and deciding to rotate to next.
Yeah, Denver, they're going to try to get the last bit of the scrap time. Looks like a couple people here are just trying to contest it with still 10 seconds left, but the battle for the mid-map and the rotation is looking like it's going to go the way of Seattle initially. 1 player still lurking. That's player 6, Fully Cooley, for the side of Denver, trying to make things mixy, trying to contest things here off the rip as we're already over to this P3. And Denver with the lead early, you know, that's what they want. They want to set the pace. They want to try to knock this team off. As there's going to be 5 in the kill feed for Seattle. They're clearing off this point, but Denver Surrender, they're spawning close, and they're right here, and that's because you just get these close spawns. You're just able to contest like crazy, and even though squad wipes are nice, doesn't buy you too much time.
Yeah, Karuma right now is currently on a 5 streak for his team, on a 6 streak for Seattle. He's fully streaked out for his team. He's trying to keep him spawn trapped. He's trying to keep Denver spawn trapped in the back. There's 7 kills for him before he finally gets taken down. Fully Cooley, he did get 2 kills. There is a break right there for Denver because they are still getting this close spawn in the back. The rotation is on for next. It's 3 down for the size of Denver Surrender. They're fighting, they're making this hill scrappy, but the spawns are still in the favor of the size of Seattle Sloths. You can see player 5. He's trying to make a play to get his team in the back. Let's see if he wins the battle. That's 1 before he finally gets traded out. You can see this Denver Surrender are trying to push in, but they did not get the favorable spawn because that's Seattle holding it down with the close spawns. And there's 3 down for Seattle, 4 down, and there is the clearance they needed with player 6 now fighting for this hill.
Yeah, just based on the controls that they have, they're going to look to try to tie this game up here as they are in complete control of the kill feed as well. And just as I say that, Adcott's going to start warming up here. Denver looking to have a 3rd player kind of start to step up here, start to increase in the slaying department. Shoku having stepped up, Guapanese getting there as well. Adcott looking to do the same as he's finally getting loose. A couple players for Seattle looking to also get their gunny warmed up here. That might make the difference in the scoreline for them as Denver finally make their way into the point, but with 10 seconds left, player 5, Guapanese is going to be sat back, ready for this P4 to pop. Or excuse me, P5.
He's waiting for this P5. All his team is spawning right now in the back of the tower. Seattle Sloths, they do got the player close to the hill, but they could not get on. That's 3 down. 3 down for the size of Denver Surrender. That is early hill control. They're holding on to this little mid area where the black car is. They're making sure that Denver Surrender are spawning back out in this. Seattle Sloths are spawning back out in this lake. There is Denver Surrender doing a good job right now playing map 1 spoiler. Fully Cooley is in this bottom grandma's house. He gets out with his life. There's nobody currently on the hill right now because they're just trying to fight for hill control. And there's Fully Cooley on a 5 before he finally gets traded out.
Yeah, Fully Cooley is lighting things up here, and Seattle just weren't able to get close to this hill. That's going to be nearly a full 60 for Denver, as they're going to be up by 60 or 70 points when it's all said and done here. players for Seattle just looking to have to try to regroup and regain as we go back into this P1. Player 3 on their top left side of the map trying to get favorable spawns here, so you're going to see a gunfight kind of go down in this backside as this P1 pops, and it's going to be Karuma just still winning those fights in the back. Finally, Fully Cool is going to go back there and clean everything up. They cut this nonsense out. P2 spawns are ours, so though the early time is going to Seattle for P1, it's going to be Denver trying to fight for these P2 spawns.
Yeah, you can see Seattle, they're still spawning in the back. There was one last battle that player 1 had to win. That was Demon on Shoku, and he finally did win that battle. So that did give Seattle best spawn control for the Silver. You can see Denver surrenders. They're still fighting close. They're still coming in from this front grandma side. Still coming in from Zig. Still fighting from the front. Just getting the kills that they need to try to get the rest of the scrap time. There's Fully Cooley making a play by the shed side, seeing if he can find players. There's nobody currently on this contested P1 hill because P1 is always contested, but Denver surrender. They're managing to get a little bit of hill time, but they're most importantly, they're managing to take control of the spawns.
Yeah, with Denver having a 70-point lead here too, it's just starting to get, I know it's early, but it's Bacage, and it comes down to game clock as well. Every second that people aren't on the point or that the point is contested, that game clock's dwindling down, and we're, you know, just over halfway done with this game, and about half of the game clock is gone. We've seen games come down to the clock before, so if you're Seattle, I don't want to get too dramatic and say it's desperate early, but having a 60-70 point lead if you're Denver has to feel nice because you have some room for error. You have some room for Seattle to make a play on a hill, knowing you can afford to regroup and make the break. It's not a close one. So if you're Denver, you've come out, you've done the job earlier that you've needed to. You've extended a big lead here. You just got to hang on to it and close it out. Do not let Seattle close this gap. Do not give them any life early in this series by mounting a comeback and winning. You've got to play clean. You've got to get it done.
Yeah, they trying to get it done, but Seattle right there just got 4 down to clear out Seattle, to clear out Denver, push Denver all the way back. Denver is probably going to give up the rest of that time and go ahead and start setting up for next. They're trying to get into their power positions, but Rarity, he's making the play already to push up for next. They see the fine player on top of Grandma. He shoots shots up. He's backing up, checking his back, and there is the break right there by the sides of Seattle Sloths. Seattle Sloths are, if they start holding these hills, they on the back of Rarity, who's on the 5 before he gets taken down. If Seattle starts holding these hills, they find themselves right back into this game and right back into the series. But as I say that, there is a break in the sides of Denver surrender.
Right now, it's the Fully Cooley versus the Kurama show as far as our slaying goes. It's just crazy. These Titans are just duking it out, man. Haymaker after haymaker, putting the team on their back and saying, I'm not losing this one. And that's exactly what we've seen Seattle do. They got really good P3 time here. When this is all said and done, if they're able to get a good bit of this time left, they're still going to be within 30 points of tying this game up here. So great job by them just to have resilience to bounce back, to get a good hold when they needed it before this game got out of hand. And now it's still a battle for this 200-point mark as player 6, Fully Cooley, is going to be wrapping around towards this backside here for this P4, trying to lock down spawns for the team. Is going to win one good fight. Not going to know about the second, and that's going to grant Seattle close spawns, but that's going to give Denver early time.
Yeah, Denver right there did get 4 or 5 down. They're still fighting, trying to get these control of the spawns. I think that was the kill right there by Acock and Fully Cooley to finally get control of these spawns to make Denver pushing from this front grandma side. And there's Acock on a 5 streak, just making sure he is doing what he needs to do to make sure his team gets back into or to make sure his team stays ahead in this game. Seattle, they're all fighting in from the front. They're making sure that they can try to get in, make sure they can test this hill, try to fight back into this game. There's Karuma right there with the pistol, switching over to the MP5 so he can find 2. He finds 2. That is 3 down for Seattle Sloths. They are in this hill. You got Denver Surrender pushing in from this tractor side. See if they can get in, but Karuma is making the plays that Seattle needs. Now they got to rotate. The rotation is on between player 1 and player 7. Let's see who can get there first.
Yeah, Seattle and just led behind the slaying of Karuma. They are doing really well right now at getting the breaks, but for them it's been too late. They're getting about 15 or less seconds of scrap time, and that's just not going to cut it to win. As we see Denver cross this 200-point mark, you've got to get a break early, and you've got to be able to hold off Denver from getting the hill back, because 10 or 15 seconds of hill time with the deficit that they've been down by is just not going to cut it, because Denver is getting the first 40 seconds of these hills. Finally, we see Seattle starting to get possibly a good look here on this P5, but its slaying battle has been going wild on either side. Adecott, I have to mention, started out like 2-10 to start this game off, is now 31-27. So a complete turnaround, and I think that's also just a complete testament to the lead that Denver's been able to grow, just the resilience to say, I'm in the Bakash blender, but I'm going to turn things around, and ACOT has done just that, so great job, and that was definitely something worth noticing about this Denver Surrender team.
Yeah, Denver Surrender has done a great job of holding the lead, but Seattle Sloths look like they're trying to make a comeback right now. That's 3 down for the sides of Seattle Sloths. They currently got on the hill. They're currently just searching. Just have 3 players just running around the map, just looking for players. Fully Cooley is looking for kill, but Demon, he is on a 5 streak. There is kills all in the sides of Seattle Sloths right now. They're pushing this Denver Surrender team back. They hold this P1. They know they're right back into this game. Right as I say that, they let somebody from Denver jump on. The streaks did come from ACOT, but there is Seattle still on this hill with 20 seconds left. If they can hold this hill for the rest of this time, they can find themselves right back into this game. Maybe even a tie game. Maybe it's get close. The math is very close right now, so we got to see. But Seattle Sloths are doing a great job right now of holding these spawns and getting the kills that they need to keep this Denver team off the hill.
Really would have liked to have seen Denver there, though they, didn't really get much of that P1 time. They tried to go for one more break with 20 seconds left. I would have liked to have seen them maybe focus those P2 spawns a little bit more, even though they do have the immediate spawns and a little more control. We did see Seattle spawning on that low left side of the map. Finally, we're going to see them up on that top right side. So it ended up working out in their favor, but this game got closer than it needed to, and they can close it out here just needing 20 seconds to win. Hopefully they don't give Seattle a break, because again, Seattle is still in this at just about 200 points, but they've got to make a play here. They've got to get a break.
As you see that, there is Demon coming in from the bottom barn. Broken, he tried to get one, got taken, but he gets taken out. There is X-Shoku on there, but there's Karuma. They're fighting from Seattle's fighting from the front. Denver's fighting from the backside. Denver's currently is winning the battles right now. The trades are going back and forth, but Denver is on this hill. They only need 3 seconds to close out this game. ACOT with a big 3, and that could be it. Denver Surrenders are starting to make the upset, winning this game 250 to 204.
That's big time. That's already, a difference that we've seen compared to our last series.
So this countdown comes in. We're going to be on the side of Karuma for Seattle Sloths right now. They are going to play offense. They do have the bomb right now, looking like they're taking it out to this tank side, out to this field side. Look like it's going to be an 8 hit, but the Denver Surrenders look like they got 2 guys already close, and the bomb is already on this A side, and it's going down very fast.
I do like this fast play, about 15 seconds, and the bomb's already down. With these Denver Surrender players right outside, you just got to figure out how you want to play it, right? Because you've got to kick down so many doors and walls, make a bunch of noise. You can probably guess that these 2 players are sitting on this, they're watching each other's back here, and Rarity's going to get one. Demon's going to pop out and end up getting traded by Guapanese, and Guapanese going to go look for another one as well, and that's going to be the second there on the point, is Rarity's going to get another one, but the Denver Surrender teammates are cleaning up all around it, and someone is going to hop the bomb as player 3 just tries to come in, tries to play spoiler. Their teammate looking over him. I believe this defuse is going to go down. The ball bangs are coming in, but it's not going to matter at the end. First round going to go the way of Denver Surrender.
Yeah, Denver Surrenders with a nice retake to get right back, to retake that bomb, to get the retake, to take over the bomb, to get the defuse. To know that player probably was playing out too far away, couldn't get back to the bomb. That was a great round by the sides of Denver Surrender. Now we're going to see what they decide to do when they get the bomb on offense.
Yeah, we're going to see ACOT maybe try to hit a route here, maybe try to get B-side clearance as these players are finally crossing over this mid-site, or excuse me, mid-map line. Kind of sit in this B-side, maybe trying to throw a fake. We'll see what they opt to do, as Rarity's going to try to creep up and see if he can get a free look at one of these players, and that's exactly what he's going to get. He's going to end up getting another one there in the back spawn for them. Guapanese, once again, going to be the equalizer, but unfortunately taken down there. So now in a 1v3 situation, these players just collapse on Fully Cooley, and that's going to be an answer by Seattle Sloths, and a good one at that. They're going to go 1-1.
Yeah, Seattle went 1-1. That was a great play right there on the defensive side to locate the players, get the kills that they needed to get the round win, to tie this round up 1-1. Now we're going to see them on offense. We're going to see Denver on defense. We're looking at Fully Cooley right now. He's currently 0-2, but he's going to pick it up. We already know Fully. He's always doing his great job. But you can see Seattle Sloths, they got the bomb. Look like they're taking it out to that tank side, lower that long tank side, trying to get it closer to the A side. There is gunfire going down in this middle zig area. I think player 5 is on top Grandma's. Yeah, he is top Grandma's. He did put shots down. Now he's getting bottom, trying to look for these players, getting closer to the A side. Look like they're slowing it down. And there's the first blood by Demon opening up for Seattle Sloths.
I do like the slow gameplay from Seattle here on their second go at offense. Now, they just waited for a Denver player to run out and make the first mistake. I love that patience because you let that player get too impatient, they get too antsy, run out of the door and clear off the site for you. But we're going to see a quick three-piece pop there to close out that round in quick fashion. No retake possible for Denver that time around, and it all started with the patience on offense to force a mistake out of Denver, let them clear out the site and get an easy plant.
Yeah, Demon right there when Demon time with 3. He's on a 3 streak. Cosmo's on a 3. That's what this team needs right now to make sure that they tie this series up. They're on defense right now. Denver's on offense. They're pushing the bomb like it was gonna go through mid, but now they just stopped it through this bottom. Oh no, it looks like it's on top barn. But the players are making their play outside. There's Demon right there with the first blood onto this lakeside. Demon with 2. He's on a 5 streak where he finally gets traded out by Fully. Karuma hits Guapanese and his leads Fully in a 3v1 and try to make sure his team can get this bomb down. But the bomb is created. There's Fully with 1. Let's see if he can find these other 2 players.
Unfortunately, picks the wrong tank to look over, but the player for Seattle just ran to the spawn and ran right past them. So that was a free kill awarded for Fully. But Seattle looking a lot more stable, a lot more comfortable here on S&D. As right now they're going to be up in the series. Denver needing to get an answer in. The Seattle lead 3-1. And I believe have ripped off 3 straight because Denver had taken that initial defensive retake. So Denver have some bleeding to stop, and they're going to try to do another defensive retake. We'll see how Seattle pace this one and try to play.
Yeah, Seattle right now are getting this bomb. Just A-side Demon with another first blood right there. He's getting back on his streets. 6-2, getting the bomb down on his A-side. Cosmo's here for the play. Cosmo gets the kill. Cosmo now is putting the bomb down. He's in 3v1, and there is Seattle Sloths proving that they play S&D, and they are up 4-1.
They do look very well repped on this map. Players are just where they need to be, holding down the power positions. That tank is so powerful because you can rip people from top barn coming off a spawn, and you can also overlook your bomb planner if someone tries to wrap around stairs or through that zig and make a play. So Seattle just looking very comfortable right now. Cosmos on a 4 streak, Karuma on a 3, 2 rounds away from winning this one and drawing the series even at 1-1. It may be looking like Seattle, the heavier S&D favored team, going to try to take a respawn off of Denver based on how we've seen this gameplay unfold so far.
Yeah, the bomb was on his way to this B site, but there's Karuma with the opening first blood on Guapanese. Now you can see their players are running through this hut side, but there's Fully Cooley with the kill on Rarity to make it a 3v3 right now. The bomb is, the streaks came in, but it did not hit. The bomb is on this little hut side, getting closer to this B side. It's Karuma back here in this back L. Let's see if he could try to make a play. Acock is on the bottom of this in front of Grandma's house, waiting for a player to cross him. Players did see X-Shoku. X-Shoku does back off with his life. The bomb is rotating, making a slow play towards this A site. Let's see if it makes it there. And this Acock with a kill on Cosmos to give his team a 3-2 advantage, and the bomb is going down on A.
Bomb gets planted by Denver. Demon just trying to make something happen, but Fully playing that deep position, not letting anyone get past him. As Kuruma's now going to play this back tank, and it's going to get seen and get picked. Denver do have an answer for the 4 straight that Seattle took. Answering finally with one of their own, slowing things down. Now they have a lot of work to do still, and that they have to win 4 in order to take this one. Seattle just needing 2 rounds here. And if you're Denver, how big would it be to go up 2-0 in this series, knowing that you're playing the spoiler?
It's going to be big if you go up 2-0. You just feel like you're going to beat them. You're going to beat them in 3. If you go up 2-0, that's how you're going to feel. You just feel like now you only need 1 map. So you just, take it easy and go up. But they got to make sure they try to come back first here in the Search and Destroy. And it's going to start with Guapanese right now getting the first blood on Demon to give his team the 4-3 advantage. You can see that they got 2 players in this grandma site watching this A site, 2 players kind of watching this B site, and you got Seattle Sloths just kind of backing up, trying to make sure they can try to find some reach, try to find some players, and they're so cool getting the kill on Karuma right there, and there's Denver Surrender getting up 4-2, and that's what they need right now to start the comeback.
Great job just to slow things down. They didn't get overzealous in the mid map. They didn't over push and put themselves in a compromised position. They just, again, waited for Seattle to make the mistake. I think that's something in S&D that, you know, people need to play around more. It's that even if you're on offense or defense, you can really just play around the fact that, yeah, there's 90 seconds on the clock if you're on offense to get the bomb down, but you know not a team's not going to sit for 90 seconds more times than not and wait for a mistake to happen. So you can just slow things down and control the pace by waiting for the other team to get antsy, waiting for them to get overzealous and make a mistake. And that's what Denver did that round there. And now they're on offense looking to tie this one up at 4-4.
Yeah, you see Denver just taking it slow, but Karuma get the first blood on Guapanese, give his team a 4-3 lead. There's Rarity putting shots on Shoku. Shoku gets out with his life. Karuma gets a kill. That's the same kill that he already got. So there's still a 4-3 advantage for the size of Seattle Sloths right now. They're just taking their time right now. They're making this play to push the bomb back towards mid, trying to see if Denver could even this score. You see Shoku taking his time, trying to find a player, and there's Fully Cooley with the kill on Rarity to make this a 3v3.
Really like how deep these Denver players are playing. They're trying to just wait out this flank and see if someone's going to come from that way. They've been burned by it before, and they don't want to get burned by it again now. So we're going to see this bomb work B. Is Kuruma going to get caught off guard? The COD timing works out in favor of Shoku. That's going to be a clear B site, but they're going to rotate right back over to A. I love this play out of Denver to clear off the B site and instantly know that they can go back to A, but Cosmos playing spoiler there in Grandma's house, holding true to where he's supposed to be, and ends up making the round a lot more interesting for the team now, as it's a 1v1 situation. Demon versus Fully Cooley, and Fully Cooley's got to get the bomb down, so we're going to see the plant go down as there's no time, and Demon's going to check the bomb. Is it going to be in time to be able to kill Fully Cooley off of it? It's not! Not! Oh, and there it is. The melee comes in. The bomb went down. I didn't think the melee was going to reach, and it finally did before Fully Cooley could turn around, so Demon unconventional, but getting it done. Gonna put Seattle up 5-3.
Yeah, Demon right there just made a big brain play right there. Just played the clock, waited for the clock to get low. Know he had to plant the bomb. Then he tried to come in for the assassination, but he happened to miss assassination. So then he just finally got the melee. But now his team did go up 5-3. He's 1 round away from tying this series up 6-3. I mean, the 1-1, tying the series up 1-1. They're on offense, and let's see if Seattle could even the series up.
Seattle, based on the pacing, it feels like a fast A hit. Looks like they just want to fly through here, do what they did the first round, even though they lost that to the retake from Denver. They're just gonna try to get this bomb down and slay out. They must be feeling pretty good, as they should. They've been in control for nearly all of this S&D, looking to just put things away here. Guapani's going to cross the mid-map. That's going to get calm to Kurama, who's going to pick the kill there. Now a 3v4 situation with the bomb on this site. Denver has some work to do.
Well, he was playing the bomb, but then there's ACOT right there with the ACOT right there, even it up to 2v2. He got the bomb planter that was getting ready to pop the bomb. ACOT, the last guy alive. He just threw a nade in there, trying to get information in the A site. They know the bomb is down on A. Rarity is on this top grandma's house. They got him trapped. They're trying to look for ACOT. They know he's in this kitchen area. See if he gets the kill. Oh, ACOT. ACOT looking for 2, but he finally gets taken out. There's Seattle Sloths taking the win 6-3 to even this series up 1-1.
I really thought he was going to hit that bunny hop off that staircase, or out of that door, and end up getting the kill, but
1-1 right now, and this is Tuscan Hardpoint, brought to you by the COD Rack League.
All aboard for Tuscan Hardpoint. We are leaving the station, and it is going to be just an absolute head-to-head battle here over this P1. As per usual, we're going to get things started here the way they always go, and that's going to be a pinstripe kill feed. Denver looking to go 3 for 1 actually to kick things off, and Cooley right up in the face of people coming off of spawn just to alleviate some pressure for the squad, but that's going to draw things even and leave the hard point neutral for now. Denver with the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, Denver surrendered right now. They did get the three kills down right now. All of Seattle Sloths are coming still off their spawns right now, trying to push it from this back. Got one player coming through this mid side, but there is 3 down for the size of Denver surrenders. They did a great job at this P1 to get about 40 seconds of time. Now the rotation is already on. You can see Karuma, he's in his top P5. He's gonna run across ACOT right now. The battle is getting ready to take place. ACOT with the trigger discipline to get the 1 kill, and he's trying to secure the spawns for his team, and that is spawns secured for the sides of Denver surrender.
Demon on a 3 streak, looking to push this Seattle team through the front of this hill. They don't have spawns, but they're able to take that mid-map route and get things done. Demon on 5. That's going to be a glide bomb awarded early as the team is just trying to dig back in here. Demon's going to try to slide up and kill these Denver players off of spawn. He's going to find another one, make that 6. Full streaks earned for the side of Seattle Sloth. That's super crucial, especially on a map like this. You can get a lot of info. You can get a couple good kills out of it. So a really good responsive hold for Seattle as they're going to draw this one nearly even, if not take about a 10-point lead, as we're going to see Denver already on the rotation, trying to make plays here. They're just going to chalk this one up and try to get a full 60 on this P3.
Yeah, Denver just got outslayed on that last hill, forcing them to get on this early rotate. Wapini's just trying to hold down this roof to make sure nobody comes out of P5. And there's one. Oh, Karuma just jumped out on him, hit him with the bunny hop, got the kill on top roof. Now he's holding that roof spawn for his team, waiting for one more player to spawn up. And there was the roof spawn, and there is the break for the side of Seattle to make sure they did get control of this hill, and they got the spawns close on this roof side. They got one player in this top fire side, who is Wapinis, who did a great job of getting that player off the hill and to conserve the time for his team for the troops to rush in.
Wasn't a huge fan of the streak usage out of Seattle. It picked up a kill, and another kill was Hatter on the hill, but there wasn't even a full collapse for Seattle to end up getting any time. So Denver are just going to end up growing a lead here, as now Seattle are going to go for the last 10 seconds, and they're going to get it, but that's going to put Denver in a good position for this P4, as they're just going to start to stack up where they want to around this church site. Going to get top mid control here, and that player is going to dip out and keep their life, but get the comms passed along to their team. So Seattle with early control, but Denver all around it with the close spawns ready to jump in and make a break.
Yeah, Denver did get the close spawns, but Seattle did do a great job of getting in this hill and to get these kills. Look at Demon right there on another 5 streak where he finally gets taken down. The spawns still are in the control of Denver surrenders, so they're just getting these close spawns, just spawning up, just running him to the hill, making sure they try to keep control of the spawn. There's 2 players coming through this front door. Player 1, that is Demon. Demon is in this hill looking for 2. He finally gets 3. He's on 3 before he finally gets taken out. ACOT Rarity. ACOT Rarity of non-battling. Fully Cooley. This mill is just being mixy, but it is won by the sides of Seattle Sloths. You can see that Denver surrenders are rotating to this P5 and trying to make sure they hold control of this P5.
Denver had favorable position on that hill all the way up until the last 10 seconds, and Seattle still were able to get most of that time that was up for grabs. Now a 10-point game between the two teams. Denver gonna get the early control here and early time. These Seattle players all were just bum rushing in here from this right side, and unfortunately a team needs gonna come in. That's gonna maybe slow the attack for Seattle. They are on the hill. We're gonna see players for Denver already get back in for the contest, so Seattle having to rework their strategy and try to rework the break. Denver players falling all around the map.
Yeah, Seattle finally did break their break. And there's 4 down for the side of Seattle, so they are in on this break. They are trying to get control of this last 20 seconds to 25 seconds. There is a nade by Fully Cooley to start off the break for the side of Denver surrenders. That's 3 down, 4 down for Denver, and that is the break that they needed to get onto this P5. I don't know if Seattle Stars are going to try to hit this one last time, but they are going to rotate now. But you can see that Denver surrenders already have 3 players already surrounding this P1 hill.
And Denver did get pretty good time off of this initial P1, so I know they're going to try to do that again. As we see these players with U control for Denver just trying to keep Seattle off, keep them back, and that's not going to work, as now we're going to see 2 down for the side of Seattle. Make that 3, and now the third they're going to try to get, but that info is passed along, so it should be a matter of time before that player is cut down. A foot race back to the hill for these Denver players to try and get in and contest. If you can contest, then you can keep Seattle from getting any points, and now a 10-point game, the closest it's been since the start. Seattle mounting the comeback. If they get the rest of this time, they could go up by 20 points here. So this is a huge point swing and momentum shift for the side of Seattle Sloths to finally be taking the lead back here late in this game. A good bit of game clock has come off, and we're only at the 120 mark, so just hotly contested. Everyone's all over the place right now, and Seattle on the P2 rotation.
Yeah, Seattle's just closest to this next hill when it gets ready to pop. They're trying to make sure they get the kills that they need. That's 2 kills right there. Trying to get control of this back spine, of this P2, and there's Cosmo. That's 3, 4, 5 down for the size of Seattle Sloths, and that is control. You got Denver Surrenders pushing through this church side, trying to push through the back, trying to send 3 players to the back, trying to get him, trying to break in through this. Fooly Cooley is on a pitch. He gets 1. He's looking for 2. He couldn't find that second kill. The Seattle Sloths are on this hill right now in a 20-point lead. There is the kills for Seattle Sloths to clear this hill. They're getting all the kills right now in their favor. Seattle Sloths are spawning in the back, and the rotation is on for 2 of the Seattle Sloths players. 3 Seattle Sloths players are actually on this rotation, and you got player 3 fighting for the scrap time before he finally gets taken down.
Massive turnaround for Seattle, where Denver had won all of the initial rotations on the first set of hills. Seattle will flip the switch, and they're the ones winning the rotation battle. Denver will be here for the initial time of this P3, but all 4 players for Seattle are going to flood through this bottom side of the map and just try to make a play. Player 3 hanging out for the flank, able to cut it down, knowing that their team's going to do the work on the hill itself, so no one really getting time. 10-point lead favoring Seattle. Just waiting for a couple more kills to come through to give clearance for either team on the hill. We're going to see a big bloodbath here.
Yeah, Denver right there, just with 3 down right now to get control of the hill. They got players pushing to the back, trying to get control of the spawn. Player 6 is on this roof to make sure his team controls the roof spawns. There's nobody currently on the hill. Then there's finally the spawns just spawned out right there for Denver. 3 players spawned on this roof, so they knew they can get back to the hill and start contesting the time. And there's another kill by Guapides. And let's see if that probably is it right there. You can see Seattle Sloths choosing to rotate now to this Churchill to make sure they try to control it. But there is player number 7 making a route and getting spawns for his team. He made a good play to get spawns for his team in the back.
We'll see if they're able to capitalize on it. They had spawns last time around for this P4 and were unable to do anything off of it. Seattle ended up getting most of the time, and that's looking to be the case here early, as they're just looking to extend their lead once again back over 10 points. A really tightly contested one here for us, and Seattle looking really comfortable in this P4. They have not given up much time. They don't let it get contested, and this is where their lead really got substantial, and they're just looking to extend it out here even further. Denver's been able to answer, but once you get past that 200-point mark, you start running out of room to run. You start running out of room for error. So Denver need to make a break here. They need to get the rest of this time, and they need to look at the rotation.
Yeah, Seattle right there are getting the rest of the scrap time, and they got a player number 1 already on this P5. But Denver Surrenders already got 2 guys running up to this battle. They're in the battle right now with player 1, and player 1 can win this, and that is 3 down for the side of Seattle Sloths. The rotation is on for Seattle Sloths. They got 2 players closer to this hill. Now they got all of Denver Surrenders spawning out, trying to push in from this P2 side, trying to wait for their teammates because they know they got to do this together. If they don't do this together, Seattle Sloths can continue to keep holding these hills and keep picking them down one by one.
Seattle can, and they can win it still on this hill. Maybe now just out of reach for them to win it. So we're going to see this pushed over once again to a P1 for a 3rd set of hills. But ever since that map 1, maybe where Bocage is a little more sleigh heavy. If your gun's hot, you can keep your team in the game. Seattle really showing some good respawn gameplay here, playing poised, playing under control, and this time is hotly contested. And again, if you're Denver, this is a win, right? Because any time that Seattle's not getting is good, but players are trying to hop around and get those last 10 seconds contested. It's not going to work out. Now as this P1 pops for the 3rd set of rotations, Seattle Sloths within 25 points to win, go up 2-1.
Yeah, they need to get to this rotation. You can see him dropping the streak, trying to make sure he can clear the hill for his team. His team doesn't got the favorite response, taking that long play around church side to try to get in the back. Acock is trying to make a play for his team, and he does get one. Let's see if Acock can get another one. They only need, he trying to make, Acock right there on the 3 streak before he finally gets taken out. He was making the big play. Shoku was jumping on his time. He's trying to make sure he keeps the hill contested. There's Denver right now. On top of this hill right now, you got Seattle still getting the fair response, still pushing in from this front side. They only need 24 seconds to win this game, while Denver needs a total of 40 seconds, so Denver does have to rotate. But there is a break right there for Seattle to get this last 15 seconds. They know they cannot win it here. They got to rotate, and they do have the favorable response right now. Does Seattle?
Seattle does, but 6 and 7 hooked a right turn off of spawn, and now they're trying to make the rotation. These gunfights are huge, and these gunfights are the game, as Seattle is within 10 points of winning, and they're chopping these players down at mid-map, and all you need one person to sit on time, and this one's going to be over. Player 5, fully coolly going to be the last one able to make a play here to keep this respawn alive. The reinforcements are coming in, but they're just getting cut down, and no answer, unfortunately, for the side of Denver Surrender. They went out, got a big lead, but Seattle answered and came back with a win of 40 points of their own, so great resilience from them to go down in that first map. And like I said, maybe because the slaying can kind of keep you in some of those hard points. We're going to start here. For this P1, we're going to have Seattle spawning on the far side of the map. Denver Surrender going to have the technically favorable and close spawns, as we're going to see 2 Denver players try to come up to this mid-map, maybe try to cut some of these Seattle players down early. So early time going to be awarded to Denver, but a break going to be coming in for Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle are trying to come in for this break, but Denver is doing a great job of holding them off. But there is Rarity with the kill he needed, but Acock is right there for the trade. But this is right now, this hill is being contested right now, but the side is won by the side of Seattle Sloths. You got Denver Surrenders with these close spawns coming in from this P3 side, with from this upper courtyard, and you did get one player in for the flight contest, but there is Seattle holding the remainder of this time, where the rotation is on for the sides of Denver Surrender with player 7, player 5 all the way in the back.
Seattle got good time off of this, about 30 seconds or so from this initial hill, so trying to get out to an early lead and put this one away, try to get us to a map 5 here, as Denver are going to win this initial rotation. Once again, just getting broken off the rip and not having any players around to be able to contest or combat that. So Seattle really moving well as a team. They're popping in as 3 people and wiping the hill, and then these players for Denver seem to kind of trickle in, and now we're going to see maybe a push here from them, a little more uniform than what we've seen, but they definitely can't let this one get out of hand early.
They can't let it get out of hand early. And then they go right there with the break themselves to get right back in it. They still getting these spawns in the backside, which is not good for them, but they are controlling this hill time. There's a nice kill right there for Shoku to make sure his team is making sure they control this time. The spawns are on for the sides of Seattle. Seattle just decided to give up the rest of that hill and rotate. The battle right now is going to be between player 3 and player 6. Shoku is making this play through the docks to make sure his team gets the control of these spawns on this dock side, and if his team can get the spawns on that dock side, that could be big. And there's Shoku with 1 kill, looking for 2, he gets 2, and that is the control. No, his team is still spawning out. Both teams are spawning out, but he is holding the spawns.
Shoku did everything he could there to get spawns, and they got them temporarily as everyone was spawning right beside him, but no one had their guns up ready to be able to fight players cutting them down on the hills. So not only do they put all that effort and energy into winning spawns, they don't end up getting them, and then they're also not getting any of this hard point time at the moment if they've had to regain and regroup and try to figure out how they wanted to attack. So the kill feed goes kind of pinstriped. It looks like a 4-for-1 for the side of Denver. This should get them some time. They're going to need the rest of it to tie this one back up. Seattle spawning in really close, and that's going to be nearly the point wiped here as this time is up for contest. A 20-point lead on the side of Seattle. And the slaying, pretty even on both sides. It looks like a pretty collective team effort right now. It's just a matter of the spawns and the rotation battles that are going down.
Yeah, you can see that Denver Surrender did a great time of getting the rest of that scrap time. Acock is over here playing in through mid before he finally gets taken out, but Denver Surrender did make a great job of rotating. They got all their players spawning in the back of this warehouse site. So they do got spawn control. The first battle between number 6 and number 4. He backs up number 4 to make sure he waits for his teammate. There is a Seattle breaking into the spawns, but you can see that Denver Surrenders is they do got players all coming in from the back. Fully Cooley making a nice play from the side to break in for this side of Denver Surrenders. Denver Surrenders are still got players spawning in the back while they got these players from Seattle spawning in this P2 building.
Great P4 hold out of Denver Surrenders. They were down about 20 points going into this now. About a 20-point lead themselves with about 10 seconds left. Seattle just looking to be pressed at that mid-map line, trying to hold for this P5. One that we can see get contested a lot, but as teams focus on the routes, a lot of time ends up getting to afforded on the person that just decides to hang out and sit there. So Seattle going to get this early time, but Denver maybe looking at the spawns, looking to try to make a pinch work here. Kill still going the way of Seattle to start. They've got a 15-point deficit to close. Adcott trying to make something happen here from this side action, and it's not going to happen. Time still going the way of Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle did a great job, if you look at the mini map, of controlling the spawns. They made sure that they push out left to get to this P3 building to try to make sure they control the spawns out here on this P1 side. They do got player 5 trying to make a play to get back to this P1 side, but is being controlled by Seattle Sloths. Seattle Sloths are doing a great job right now of trying to make sure they get control of the spawns and making sure they get control of the scrap hill. You got player 7 making this play through this tower side where he finally gets chopped down. And when this hill jumps off, you're going to see Seattle for early control of the hill.
They're going to be in control of the hill, and it's a tied game here as we just crossed the 100-point mark. Denver, they're making the routes, they're taking the right routes and making the plays that they need to get spawns. And, you know, they win one gunfight and think that's all, but there's always one player for Seattle lurking around that they're just not ready for, and that's what cost them spawns. So, for Denver, you've got to be ready for 2 gunfights. If that is Demon's going to take a route, going to try to hunt one of these Denver players down. It's going to pan out for him as he's now going to cause these heads to turn. For Denver Surrender, they're on this time getting the lead, throwing it out now to about 15 points, but I like the routes that Denver are taking. They just need to do a little bit more to make sure they can really confirm and lock down those spawns. And Seattle right now are just pulling back off the brakes, so this really is anyone's game as we're about to go over to this P2.
Yeah, those 2 kills right there by Seattle is the clearance they need to get the rest of the scrap time to send Denver back into this next hill. The battles are taking off on this next hill, and there is 2 down by the sides of Denver Surrender. So they do got early control of this P2 hill. Rarity, though, he's out on this docks. He's making sure that he keeps DOS control for his team. And he's doing a very good job at it, because you can see that this team is getting ready to start spawning back here on this dock side, but his team actually is still spawning on this P3 side, because Denver did send 2 players to the docks to make sure they got rarity and to make sure they're starting to get control of this hill. They're getting right back in this game. They just tied it up. Now they're finally going up. If Denver Cerritos can hold this team back for the next 20 seconds, but as soon as I say that, there's a break right there by Seattle, because Seattle is making sure that they still do a great job of breaking in and getting the scrap time, and they got control of the spawns for next.
Yeah, they really need to make something work here for this P3. They need to start wiping these players off as player 2 has a chance to make a play from the back. Denver should be aware of the fact that they do have spawns. We're going to see Adcott kind of sit in the back there and really make sure things are locked down. But once again, that's Seattle on the time as 2 players are sitting back trying to secure spawns. It's just not helping them on the point as no one's getting time between these 2 points. We've seen nearly 30 seconds go off of them, not even contested, just no one getting on time. Everyone trying to do work around the hill to get clearance. And so we're going to see Seattle on this holding it from the front. Denver is just sitting really far back. Adcott trying to make things happen around the outside as they're going to finally get on this point. They're going to start to accrue this lead. We're just seeing the points and the leads change back and forth, back and forth. 25 seconds left. Great work from Denver to get a hold here, but this lead, the scoreline is getting crazy.
Yeah, this is going back and forth. Denver right now just got the 10, 12-point lead right now. The rotation is on before both teams. Right now, you got player 3, Karuma, making his way to the back. He gets the first kill right now, waiting for players for this Denver team to see if they're spawning on the back. Player 8, he's the player for the Denver who's going to make the route all the way to the back to get all the way in the back to make sure he tries to secure spawns for his team But you can see they're looking for them. All of Seattle Sloths, they got perfect positions around this hill, looking for these players to make sure they do not lose the spawns in the back.
Denver need a break here. A full 60 for Seattle would spell trouble, as that would put them at the 220 mark. But again, when you're the team that's down, keeping the other team off of the hill is just a win in and of itself. As Adcott's streak is unfortunately going to get a team kill. That's going to clear out both teams on this hill. No one really getting much time here. Just trying to play for map control has been the tale of this Berlin now. Shoku trying to make something happen, but unfortunately not going to be able to. Player 6 is the only one left here to try and rival some time. And player 6 in Guapanese is going to make it happen. Maybe gets a little overzealous and now ends up costing the rest of the scrap time. This P5 is up for grabs. Big gunfight between player 7 and player 2.
Yeah, big gunfight to see what's getting ready to happen when this new hill pops off. Player 2, he knows that there's players here. Karuma, he's pushing in from the other side. There's early control by the sides of Seattle, but then there is a kill by Guapanese to get on the hill. Demon jumped off the 3rd floor, and he's finally on the hill. Seattle Sloths are getting early control of this P5. You got the spawns in the favor of Denver Surrender, pushing through this train yard side, trying to push in, trying to come in through this train yard side to get in to try to flip the spawns for their team. But Seattle is just doing a great job right now holding off the Seattle Sloths, just running in and out the hill, try to get some time, try to let the hill go. But Denver Surrenders does got the P1 P3 spawn side, and they are pushing into that P1 side.
They're gonna look to try to get the last 15 seconds. Demon's gonna try to run up and make a play here to make that one a little bit mixier. But like you said, Denver, they are in control of these spawns. For this P1 and P3, most importantly, the P1 is that's what's up next. Seattle do cross the 200-point mark, but only by about 15 points. So Denver need this time. They need it early, and they need to get these kills around the hill just to hold Seattle off. Of course, this would be a great amount of time to hold, a substantial amount if they can get it all, but they definitely need to dig their heels in and hold on to this one and look for the rotation when they can.
Yeah, they got all the Seattle Sloths pushing in from this front train yard side, and that's the side that you want them to come. But as soon as I say that, there's 3 down, 2 from Demon, 1 from Cosmos to break into this hill for the side of Seattle Sloths. Game was getting ready to turn leads, but there's the lead for Seattle. They're trying to pick up this lead. Demon was on a 2 before he finally gets traded out by Acot. Acot is the first one here to try to break in this hill, to try to contest. He's on the hill right now, waiting for his team. The pinch is on. They got onto the hill, but that is the kill that Denver needed to break into this hill to get the rest of scrap time. But the rotation is on for the Seattle Sloths. They got 1 player on the hill. He's got a battle between player 5. Let's see if he wins that. He wins that. That is Demon being big for his team. They only need 20 seconds before they win this hill. They got to keep the players back. There is Demon right there with 1 player through this window. He throws a flash. Now his teammates has finally arrived to the hill to finish this game off, to make it a 2v2. Acot was on the 5, but there's Seattle Sloths doing what they need to do to keep this Denver Surrender team back. And they only got 4 seconds left before they win this game. Now 3, now 2. Now there's the win for the Seattle Sloths to tie this series up 2-2 to go into this search and destroy game 5. Made it to a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. Seattle Sloths have pulled it off 2 hard points in a row. They gave up a hard point through a GA, but still pulled it off to win.
Seattle Sloths winning in. They're going to start on offense. Last time we saw them on offense, it was a great retake by Denver to win one early, but after that, they won 4 straight. So Seattle, we'll see if they opt to take a quick bomb plant here. They're going to get the first blood to go in their favor. That should open up the mid-map a little bit more, as they might try to work this B side. I like how they're working together and being decisive. Player 3 just sitting back waiting for a possible flank. Players 3 and 7 kind of doing the same for both sides. So the life advantage being the favor of Seattle, you got to think that they're going to look to get this bomb down pretty soon.
Yeah, they're looking to get this bomb down. The bomb is going down on B as we speak, and the bomb is currently down on B. Now you can see that the players are trying to make their rotation to this B site. Fully Cooley with the kill on Demon. That was a great way to open it up, but Karuma trades him out. There's Karuma with a 2-piece, leaves Acock in a 1v3 by himself with this bomb on B. Now you got all of Seattle Sloths surrounding this B site to make sure they watch it carefully. Acock does have the boomstick, so if you can make a play, you get deep, getting these deep angles. Try to get try to get a good snipe, but time is working against him.
Yeah, ACOT looks just to be getting a kill here, possibly to get something rolling, and that's exactly what he'll do. Try to play his life and stay alive. As obviously the bomb defuse is now going to be impossible, and ends up falling. So maybe all for nothing to try and get the streak, but Seattle come out with a decisive offensive first blood and decision making. They take the first round.
Seattle Sloths going up 1-0 in this series right now. That was a great opening first blood by Demon to get the first blood, then them to make the team a decision to go to B, get the bomb down, get the kills by Karuma. Karuma's currently on a 3 streak right now, 3-0, and that is the win for Seattle Sloths. But as this round 2 starts off, we're gonna see Denver surrender. They're gonna get the bomb. Looks like nobody wants the bomb. Maybe player 8 will get it. He finally gets the bomb. They got 2 players pushing towards his mid site, towards his A site, and Guapanese did get the first blood on Cosmos. Demon gets a kill on Fully to even this out, and this bomb is on his A side, but Demon with a nice 2-piece to take down Shoku, but ACOT trades him out, make it 2v1 Seattle, with Guapanese playing this bottom P5 area, and the players from Seattle are just looking around trying to hunt him down.
Trying to find him, and maybe he sees the one there, but is unable to connect for the kills to get it done. A 1v2 situation, so this is very possible for Guapanese. Bomb is down. Gonna have to make a play on that with the Seattle players knowing that the bomb's down in the spot it is. Get some info there, and it's gonna get ripped. I'd have to guess that's a sniper. That seemed pretty one-shot to me. So Seattle are gonna go up 2-0 here, and they look like they want to get a lead and run with it. So it's gonna be Denver who need to answer here on this S&D. Seattle look comfortable. They look like they know what they want to do, and they're just imposing their will at the moment.
Yeah, Seattle right now has all the momentum right now going into this search and destroy. They're up 2-0. Karuma is 4-0 for his team, making sure he's trying to get these streaks. He's 1 streak away from getting the glide bomb, 2 away from getting the strafe run. He's pushing out to this bomb is getting close. It's like they're doing a B plan, but ACOG is right there with the opening blood on Rarity, but the bomb is still going down on this B site.
It's gonna be a big retake, and it's gonna have to go. The kills are just gonna have to go the way of Denver, plain and simple. Demon, as long as he's on the map, he's causing problems, as he's gonna take 3 there, and probably knows where ACOT's playing to get this ace, and that's exactly what we're gonna get. Denver don't have an answer for Seattle. Excuse me, Denver don't have an answer for Demon. And S&D he's just running around, moving super fluid on the map, and just cutting these players down. Denver look a little lost at the moment.
Yeah, Demon is just on Demon time. He's on Demon time right now, and he's playing good. He's 7-2 on a 4th streak. Karuma right now is still on his 4th streak, 4-0. Seattle Sloths right now are just slaying right now. They're on defense right now, looking like they're throwing 3 players towards his A site, looking like Denver's doing a quick play to this B site, and Denver opened up with the first 2 kills with the 42 advantage, but Rarity's getting close. Oh, Rarity with the shot to the back. Karuma with a shot evens is up to a 2v2 right now. Let's see if they can try to retake this bomb for the size of Denver surrender. Seattle Sloths.
ACOT made a great route and ended up getting behind Karama as he was running down that train side. So just a late route that was hit by ACOT, and it pays off, but player's gonna hop the bomb. I'm not sure if they're gonna check it. It looks like player 6 will, and there go Denver with an answer finally, and are able to take one off. So still a lot of game to be played. Still a fairly close one. Scoreline could be much worse, but great job of Denver to play a late route and just to kind of catch these players off guard. Getting the bomb down somewhat early definitely helped them out too.
Yeah, I think they did a great job too of getting all of Seattle off their streaks, not letting Seattle be able to get streaks for this search and destroy. Streaks on this map could be very crucial for your team. They did a great job of stopping the streaks. That's what Denver did. And there's ACOT with the opening first blood snipe on Demon as he tried to cross to this A bomb site. That was a great first blood by ACOT.
And that's huge. You gotta be like, Demon's off the map. We gotta make a play. We gotta make something happen. And that doesn't mean rush at him and go try to kill the other players, but just play knowing he's not on the map, right? Know that you've got to be able to make something happen with him not there. That's their leading slayer. He's performing the best. I know Kurama's having a game as well, but you've just got to make this round go in your favor. If you get a first blood on Demon, you've got to make something happen with it. So, a 3v3 situation now. All of these Seattle players stacked, looking like they're trying to get clearance on this 8 site, but with 8 caught up in there with the sniper, we'll see what's able to happen. Street coming in, giving info, and bomb's looking like it's going to get down right under 8 caught nose.
Yeah, the bomb is getting down on A. Seattle just played patient, just kept their players all the way in the back because they know that there's a sniper watching the cross. There's Karuma right there putting shots down, but he doesn't get the kill. Shoku gets the kill on Cosmo. Rarity gets the trade on Shoku. Akai is the last alive, and there is Seattle. After getting first blooded, regroup, regain, and make sure they won the round 4-1.
Out of the snipers on this train yard side, that one's gonna go the way of Rarity, and 4-1, like you said, for Seattle, and they're just chipping away at this round by round. Denver are gonna need to go on a run here. You don't want it to get to match point to where if you end up losing a round, it's too late. So they definitely need to go on a at least 3-round streak here just to keep things close to get Seattle maybe a little worried, but we'll see how this initial first blood battle goes. All of these players opting to go mid for Denver.
Yeah, Denver players. Oh no. Denver players was all decided to go mid, but there's 3 down for the size of Seattle Sloths to make sure that they got this 3-1 advance. The bomb did go down on A. They're hunting these players. They almost lined up. There's Shoku looking for 1, looking for 2, but then he gets shutted out quickly by Karuma. And there is the defuse for Seattle to go up 5-1 in this round.
Unfortunate falling off the map, but the other 2 teammates end up picking 2 kills, so there was really nothing to worry about for Seattle. It is now match point, series point. Seattle having to win 3 maps in a row to take this. Make that 4 with the replay. They have shown why they deserve to be in the playoffs, why they want to be here. Denver giving it their best shot, but they're going to have to pull off a miracle here to make it happen as Seattle want to claw, scratch, get their way into the playoffs any way they can.
Yeah, Seattle right now. They are opening up right there with the kill by Demon. They open it up and let them know they're going to play off. There's Demon with 2. Demon looking for 3. He gets 3. He's looking for the 4. Get this man the ace before. Get this man the ace. The bomb is going down on A site. There is the win for Seattle Sloths. Demon said his team is holding on to that 4th position spot, and Seattle Sloths are in the playoffs.
Seattle Sloths punched their ticket to the playoffs with a very